Hi guys, today I'm making iodine. So I'm pretty much just with potassium iodide. So I'm going from HCl with potassium iodide to make HI and a salt. That's our primary reaction, and then we have a secondary reaction down here to precipitate the iodine out of the acid. And I'm just reducing it with hydrogen peroxide. The question is how much HCl I use. I have 100 grams of potassium iodide, and I have tons of 31.45% HCl. It doesn't give me a molar, which is pissing me off, but I think I'm fine. So in 100 grams of Ki, you have 0.6 mole of Ki, and for every 0.6 mole of Ki, according to reaction, I need 0.6 mole of HCl. And this is where it gets tricky, right? So if 31% of solution needs to be HCl, I'm assuming it's the same density per mole because of solutions. And I'm assuming that it's the same density of water, even though it's slightly more dense. We never learned how to, and I never learned how to calculate it. So I'm going with this. And then, so I need this amount of moles of the solution. And then we go to density. I use 18. So you have 18 grams per mole of water. And so that could be a source of error. And then from, this is density. For every 1 liter, there's 1,000 grams of water. And then I'm converting to milliliters from liters. So it says here, according to my calculations, I need 34 milliliters of this HCl. So this is all the ways this can go bad. First of all, if I use too much HCl with hydrogen peroxide, so if there's still HCl in solution when I do this, this will also reduce this HCl. So instead of HI, it will be HCl, and this will be chlorine gas, and I don't want that. Second of all, if I don't use enough HCl, right? No, if I use too much HCl, again, very bad. I'm going to have extra chlorine ions in solution. And what I'm afraid of is that I will also have iodine ions in solution, that maybe a little bit of this will dissolve. And you know why that's bad? Is because chlorine and iodine, if you just mix them together, pretty much if you mix HCl with iodine, you make iodide trichloride, which is extremely explosive. And I do not want that in my beakers. So I'm going to probably be doing this later, but it would be very unsafe to do it in this kind of way with extremely corrosive acids that would be exploding everywhere. So I'm going to do it in my fume hood, and I'm going to do it with the droppers slowly. So if I see any gas being produced, I stop. And the amount of hydrogen peroxide I use doesn't really matter, because I'm just going to be draining all of it away with my vacuum filter, all the solution. So it's not going to be precipitating anything. So it'll just be until it all stops precipitating. And then I'll just vacuum filter out my precipitate of iodine. So first I'm going to dissolve the potassium iodine in distilled water. I'm going to pour a little bit of both my things now. My hydrogen peroxide. I only need 34 milliliters of this, but I'm just going to measure it into the larger thing first. Then I will measure 34 milliliters on its own. Looks like it's dissolving. Measure my 34. Like that. Just slowly drop it in. Bit by bit. I'm going to precipitate in our hydrogen peroxide and we should see a color change. Yep. Oh, that's iodine gas though. So I'm gonna go a lot quicker than that, slower. I'm gonna get an ice bath. I don't want it to all come out of the gas. Thinking this seems like something I should have discovered. It's producing the iodine gas, and it's not producing a precipitate. Obviously, it's producing some precipitate because the solution is purple. However, I don't like losing it to the gas. So what I might do, let's see what happens if I put a plate over it. So what I did was I got kind of a top to a crucible and flipped it over, put it on top of the beaker, and then I put some ice cubes on it, and to act as it'll condense the iodine gas. I think it's coming out, or at least some of it. Oh yeah, it's working. There's a drip of pure iodine coming off the tip of the thing. Look at that. Look at that. I'm shooting in the peroxide through the little pouring hole. This is for once it's all precipitated. It seems like it's dissolved in solution, which isn't good. That's not good at all, actually. That's not good. That's why I'm going to let it cool off. I have a bath of baking soda in the back to kill off all of my HCl and on this stuff. I'm gonna take a snack break and come back to this and add more peroxide. Okay, I'm gonna make the nitrogen triiodide now.